be showcasing a host of different staff and student-led projects that really centre around this campus and try to make the community a more sustainable and a nicer place to, well, live and study. So, and the first of these is Elena Odier, who is the co-founder and business development lead for UniDrive. So can we please give her a very warm welcome?
Hi everyone. First of all, I apologize. This is going to be a bit more dull than the talk we just had. It's a bit more local as well. It's only about Leamington's Pine Campus. But it's basically about a car sharing initiative that we built here on campus. It's for students, so it's only about students, about their empty cars and whoever wants to commute. So how was that created? We've realized with our own market studies and the SU studies that a lot of students were not happy with the current ways buses are working. They're too packed, we waste too much time, they're not reliable, and on top of this, we pay a lot of money for it. So we thought, you know what, maybe it's time that we find a solution for this if no one else is going to try to. So how did we do that? We decided to connect drivers with empty seats in their cars with people wanting to commute between Leamington Spa and campus. It's more reliable, comfortable, independent, blah blah, all of this, and obviously environmental friendly. Our goal is to reduce the number of cars that come on campus every day, because we realize that there are too many cars coming on campus with just the driver in there, and that's such a waste of not only our time but also of sort of pollution and the environment. So once you register, you can just register your ride a bit of time in advance. There's no limit to how much time in advance you have to promote it for, or how little in advance. It just sort of depends on how much planning you give to your ride. Then once you, we connect you with a rider who would like to go on your ride. We do not take any commission, so whatever the rider has decided to give you for a price, it will be the full price. We do not take any money for this. It is not our goal. Our goal is just to make sure that students are as happy as possible. We've released a new version a few days ago in where passengers can now make requests. So let's say tomorrow I want to go on campus from Leamington, I'll put that on the app, and then whoever has a car and is willing to drive me then can just suggest so. Then there's the idea of rating the ride, just to see to have a bit more feedback on different users. And then finally, a big feature that we've added is the possibility for societies to advertise their events on the app directly, which means that, let's say, there's the economic summit on campus and a lot of people are going to Leamington Spa, then everyone can sort of arrange and find a way to get on campus, so that we want to make sure that transportation does not come in the way of any events happening either in Leamington or on campus. We've released the first version term 3 last year, and we're being very ambitious with what we're trying to achieve in the future. So we see we just started with Leamington and Warwick, but hopefully we'll sort of expand this service to different unis across the UK and hopefully Europe. So this started at Warwick with Warwick graduate Paul, who's not here today. The people in charge of marketing are from Warwick, one is on his year abroad, and then the people in charge of the tech are based in Paris in engineering school. So yeah, thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate, and please download the app and like the Facebook page. And thanks, Alex, for inviting us today.
So yeah, does anyone have any questions about the app or anything to do with UniDrive?
Yeah, is this part of the existing Warwick car share service?
No.
Have you looked into becoming part of that? Because I use the car share service, and I'm unashamedly going to say it's because I get the good parking spaces, so it's a huge incentive.
So we've had conversations with the university and with the SU, but unfortunately they weren't too open to have some sort of partnership with us because of that existing service that they provide. But after talking with a few people that have cars, they told us that they were not happy with the service, small. There's not that idea of having society involved. We feel like we've added some value by having that app, but I agree the car spaces is, sorry. Any other questions?
In Leamington, I understand Leamington is one of the areas where air quality is not very good. Have you had any contact with the council or whoever, if any, air quality in Leamington to see if you, or even try to model how your activity can positively impact, because I suppose potentially one less car on the road or one less bus queuing.
So we haven't thought about that for the simple reason that for now, for security reasons, we've limited the use of the app to only students. So we haven't really thought about messaging the council, but I think it's definitely.
Well, there could be just meeting. Daily chat. We know people in the council in Warwick. Yeah. So there may be ways to meet people. We would be, I think, for me, even as a sustainability point, it would be interesting to be able to say so many people equate, such a even small but contribution to the environment.
Definitely will do.
Unless anyone has any other questions, can we just give a big thank you to them? Right, so we've just heard about the way that technology might be able to help us on campus be a little bit more sustainable. But we're going to go a bit more down to the roots now. We have Alex and Laura from Warwick Allotment Society who are going to be giving a little presentation on their student-run growing project. This has made my day. Which button do I click? That one. Oh, I hope so. If not, it's the other one. Okay. Yeah. Go. Cool.
Okay, so we are from the Warwick Allotment Society, and the current exec has already been said. I'm Alex, this is Laura.
In the customary plan to keep up the aesthetic.
I'm just going to talk a bit about society together.
Yeah. This is so good. Right, so we are the Allotment Society, but we're not really an allotment. We're more of a community growing space that was set up in 2009, and then in 2012, but don't quote me, they got lottery funding and some incredible edible funding to give you some of the infrastructure you see here. You can see the polytunnel at the back. It's very warm in the summer, it's very dry. We love growing tomatoes in there when they work, and like cucumbers and some of the raised beds, which are really good in terms of we have very, very clayey soil. So it's not always the easiest to grow in, and also it's just easier to grow in raised beds in general. And very soon we're going to have a solar-powered irrigation system where we've got a solar panel that's going to go on the shed there, and a little water fountain pump in the river next to it, which you can't see. And that's going to power the pump and send water up into the polytunnel, so that over the summer, when barely anyone's here, things won't just dry out and die because there's not so many people watering it. So we're really happy about that. And so all the food we grow, you can see it here in the summer, it's very lovely. All the food we grow is technically organic. We just don't add stuff to it, and I think I googled the definition for organic, and that makes it organic. So, and we have a big focus on sustainability. So not only environmental sustainability, but we want the society to be sustainable. So we want to make sure it can keep running year on year. We try not to do too much or grow too big, so that when it gets to the summer and everyone leaves, it's not too much for one or two people to maintain, because it is a lot of work. We just kind of want to involve students, make them think about where the food they eat comes from, how it grows, also kind of teach them some skills and raise awareness about ecological issues.
Okay, so one of the most important things to us is the sense of the community we have. We are a student-run society, and everyone's welcome to join the picture. But obviously, because of that, we rely on basically their word to keep the allotment running. And because of that, we also have quite a strong, social life at the allotment as well. It's outdoors, it's quite relaxed, and it's not an experience you might get in other societies as well. So, it's just about the community mainly that we have as well. So.
Yeah, it's the most important thing. So what we do, this is where the allotment is, a beautiful map drawn by Beatrice there. We love it, I do.
And as you can see, it's just it's behind Jack Martin, next to the lake, and we meet regularly during term time. We meet every Wednesday at 2 p.m. But people can come down whenever. At the moment, we've got a couple of postgrad students who are kind of running ad hoc sessions on a Saturday sometimes, and they're going to watch the allotment for us over the summer. And we just do the usual things. You know, we maintain the space. We do some weeding, some digging, a lot of digging ditches, and you know, gardening. But we also do some other things, like we do skill shares sometimes. And these are really good because on the one hand, when you've got more knowledgeable members, that they're really valuable and you can utilise them and you can learn from them. But on the other hand, when you've got less knowledgeable members, which is most of us, when I started a year ago, I'd never grown a thing. It means they can go away, they can Google a lot, learn about something and come and teach it to everyone else, and this is how you kind of build up knowledge and skills. So we've had a variety of things from like basics of crop rotation to like recently how to just grow something in a little recycled plastic bottle and keep it on your windowsill. So my seedlings are that big now. Very good. So yeah, that's what we do.
As well as the usual stuff, we do have some extra activities as well. Like just yesterday, for example, we made another scarecrow.
His name is Andrew, and he's the love of my life.
Unfortunately, we don't have a picture of Andrew now.
Go on my Facebook, it's with me.
But another thing we also do sometimes is, with the produce we make, we can also cook it together, again, as another social activity, and make some soup out of it, stuff like that. We also organise some trips, like, for example, we've been to Cardinal in Leamington, even stayed overnight there. And we go to allotments over there to see how, I guess we can learn and see what we're doing differently to them and what they can teach and what we can teach them. So we learn quite a lot from it as well. And another thing about the allotment to stress is that we do listen to our members and what they want to change in the allotment or what they think would be best to do, like maybe what we want to plant next year as well. So it's just little things and then big things as well. Because we are, of course, relying on our community, we are going to listen to them and make some changes because of it. So.
Yeah, and I think that is the most important thing, like you say. You know, we kind of run on a basis of shared leadership as much as we can. We try and involve everyone as much as you can, and that's kind of how you build a robust community that's going to carry on year from year. When people leave, there are other people who already know how to lead it, know what to do, and can kind of guess enough to throw something in the ground and something might grow. That's all you need to do. You shove something in the ground, you water it a bit, and then it grows, and you're like, oh, I'm such a good guy. So that's, on that note, that's it. That you have, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if you have questions or like comments or like you think that's a really good bee and you want to know more about this bee and how beautiful it is, then yeah.
One thing, it's more a comment than a question. Every year we have a number of interns and people who are willing to contribute. So this summer we hope to have maybe one or two students from life science. Yeah. One of them is we hope to work on something called social capital or something. So trying to evaluate the benefits of natural environment. So if you're wrong, or whoever's wrong, it would be interesting to find out who the student is and see how what you're doing can be added to the value of university maintaining the campus environment.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. We try to very much emphasise that it's like a student society because everyone's welcome, but obviously it's very student run. We try and maintain it that way. If they're around, they could wander on down and help out, yeah, and maybe do stuff. Yeah, we do really value it, so we hold on to it quite tightly whilst making it. It's open to everyone. Anyone else? Hi, Amy. Raising our eyebrows at me. Yeah? No? Oh yeah, cool, hi.
I'd like to know more about the bee, please.
More about the bee. As you can see, it's a very fuzzy bee. It's a very pretty bee. Host for us. We were very, very grateful because we get a lot of bees. He's actually on a plant, I think that is that Phacelia? That's Phacelia, and that's the cover crop we use. Basically, you don't want to leave your beds open because, you know, the soil can degrade. And I think also Phacelia is actually really good for the soil, and not only does it do that, and it grows really easily, but when the flowers come, the bees love it. So if you go over there, all you can hear is the buzz. They're everywhere. And I know we have some beehives on campus somewhere, and I think in the summer when these grow, they must all decide to come and have a day trip there. And they come, and this one was having a great time. So yeah. Do you want to name him? We haven't named him.
No.
No? Okay. This one can be Phyllis. Oh, it doesn't matter, let's not get into it. We're done. No? Everyone done? Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys.
So yeah, if you want to get involved, obviously
Yeah.
get in touch with them. I mean, it's a great initiative.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So another great initiative that we've got going on here that hopefully many of you will be aware of is the food co-op, which is a kind of it's student run, isn't it? And it sources lots of ethical vegan food that you for cost and sells at a cost price. So it's a fantastic initiative for staff and students to use if you really want to source something that you can't necessarily source usually. And yeah, please give a warm welcome to Alexandra.
Great, this is probably going to be significantly shorter than the allotment, but the Warwick Uni Food Cart was set up in 2013. It's a student-run and led initiative. We basically buy food and sell it on for cost price. So our ethos is vegan, ethical, organic and socially sustainable. So we also support local enterprise, so we sell fresh bread, veg boxes, honey and raw and vegan soaps from local businesses in the area. It's basically a £5 membership for life, and you get all your foods for cost price, and if not, it's just 10% more. It's mega cheap, like I've got some examples here. So you can buy a kilogram of dates for £2.52, a kilogram of red lentils for £1.68, a moon cup for £12.40, which online are about £20–25. So we are in the SU atrium every Thursday, 12 to 5 of term time. Yeah, we really try and push the sustainability thing, so like we're trying to reduce waste, so we sell, so we buy dry foods in like massive sacks, and then we try and encourage our customers to bring Tupperwares to take them home in, so try and reduce like plastic usage. We're a cooperative, so all of our members have a say in how we run and the products that we buy. So if you remember, you can suggest foods that we want us to stock. Just hit us on our Facebook. It's Warwick Uni Food Co-op. And come and volunteer as well. We are always looking for volunteers. It's always quite difficult to get them, and we really appreciate it. Even if you can just give an hour or less, we're a fun bunch to hang out with on a Thursday, and it's better than doing reading. So, yeah, and we run potlucks a lot as well. So, I mean, I'll get on our social sec to do that, but usually once a term. So we had our 4th birthday in January, and we had a potluck. So yeah, come and get involved. Really great initiative, and hopefully we'll continue next year. We need sort of younger years to get involved, so it can continue. But yeah, that's kind of it from me. Thank you. If you have any questions. Yeah, we will go around in term 3, but not over Easter. So we would have had our last one today, so 5-week break, and then we'll be back in term 1, week 1 of term 3. So yeah. That was it. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right, so next up we've got Cardinal, who's the head of energy and sustainability at the University of Warwick. He leads on the sustainability strategy, whether that's in terms of making more efficient use of resources, or monitoring water, or just generally trying to improve the efficiency of the university. So could we please give a warm welcome to John? Laptop's usually frozen.
I think the idea was to just give you a feedback. Some of you may have been here back in October when we did the first one, where we have very short more slides on usually what we do. So Alex told me 5 minutes, so I'll try to do whatever is 2 slides. And I'll try to ask you a few questions if I can, because thinking about today, we may, we never know, we may try to create our own micro-credit scheme. Yeah? Never know, you never know. So, and maybe that's a bit small, but the idea was to think about sustainability, not energy and carbon, which is my usual day-to-day, and think a bit wider. So, transport, big issue for us at the university, congestion, but also air quality, and just the volume. I don't know if you know, but the estate's office manages about 100 plus vehicles for the university. That's how many staff and trades we have running around. And the university is committing, as part of being more sustainable, to replace a large number of those vehicles, probably half of them. So we're going to have, well, we're going to ditch diesel vehicles to replace with electrical vehicles. That's in progress, so you should hear, I think we should be hearing very soon about something like a public and marketing campaign going out, because it's hopefully going to put Warwick with one of the largest electrical van fleet in the UK. So that's not exactly energy, but it's definitely impacting onto wider carbon emissions and air quality. On the food side, food waste generally and food in particular are always very sensitive subjects, and lots of people usually ask, what do we do about food and what do we do about waste? Which is not very easy with several kitchens across the campus. What we do have is we've reached an agreement with our supplier, which is a Coventry council, and since the 17th of January, the food waste, not in all the halls of Britain, but the food waste in the hotels, cafe, bars are being collected weekly, I think. So we hope to receive the first report fairly soon, but it's hopefully going to take care probably of half of the food waste we have on the campus in a much more sustainable way. So the company we use through Coventry take the food waste and they go to anaerobic digestion, which makes either biogas or biofuel, and of course digested to be put back on films. So that's the first step. The next one would be for us to try to see how we could propagate the food waste collection in halls. And that will be thinking about how possible is it to have one more caddy in kitchens, which are not necessarily designed for that, but also having support of members like yourself and others to take care of the food and put the food in the right place, in the right bin, and maybe take it out. So that's next project, which would see probably the 100 ton or more food waste being collected. So that's a progress. Another one, because it is also as important as saving energy, is to generate it into a more sustainable way. I've put this link, which probably you can't quite use here, but I don't know if any of you know how much PV photovoltaic panel we have on the campus, as a guess. No? No? You can't quite see that because they're on roofs, of course, but although it remains a very, very small part of the university energy consumption, we have about 27 tennis courts worth of PV on the campus already. But they are on roofs, you can't see that. So it's still like 1% or 2% of what we do. We are continuously trying to find more opportunities. So this one is we're currently trying to make a business case for putting more PV on the roof of one of the Wellsmore campus buildings. So that's a small progress towards more renewable energy. I think one area of very keen interest over the last 18 months or so, behavior is not very good term really, because it sounds like nagging people. But we've been working with the behavioral science group in business school, and we had one of the students, MSc, working with us for a few months. And the project here, you can see that it's been trying to engage, in this case, with a number of Sherborne flats, 47 flats, I think it was, and try to say, if I give you information about how much energy you use in your flat, does that make you responding positively to perhaps use less energy? And this is based onto multiple campaigns which have been made in many countries, where if you receive information on a number of kilowatt hours, it probably doesn't do much to you because you don't necessarily know what a kilowatt hour is. But if you receive information about how you compare to your neighbors, your friends, your family, then perhaps it's more meaningful. So that has been running for a few weeks before Christmas, and I think the results are relatively positive, so we hope to do more of that. Another one to save lots of energy is we use lots of computers, all of us, and the computing power must come from somewhere. There are 3 big data centers on the campus, and we've been changing them to changing their cooling system, and that saves the system instead of the electricity. So that's changes. Going press anywhere? Can do. The question I'd like to ask, or at least leave to your consideration, is the student union has what we call sustainability fund. So any society, any group can apply for money to do a project. Been running for 3 years, I think. I would like to have the opportunity to do the same for anybody in the university, whether student, staff, or anybody. So if anybody wants to do something, wants to speak to their colleagues, put a recycling bin in the office or whatever, I think everybody should have a chance and the opportunity to contribute small steps. So I had some discussion with finance. We think we should be able to make it work, especially as we do more savings. We could justify that more savings, we can put them in a pot, so people should be able to apply back from the pot to use it. So if you like the idea, let me know, because that means it would be giving you a bit more support to go and discuss the details of making it working. And the last one is, you're probably aware of Welcome Week next academic year, maybe. We think that maybe not everybody knows, especially if they're coming from different areas and coming to Warwick, how much recycling or how the camp works, or what we already have, or what people should be doing, or what we would like them to do. So we're putting together, with some student support, we want to create a fairly short sustainability awareness module. So everybody in a few minutes would have a chance to coming first to the campus to understand, okay, this is what it works. They already have 16 or 17 societies. I'd like to join one of them, or I'm expected to do recycling. I don't do recycling in my country, but now I understand. So we're doing this, and hopefully that will also be ready for September. Okay. I don't know how many minutes that was, but it's my 2 slides. Any question, or good to go? Yeah.
I live on campus in Herrenberg, and I noticed that all of the people that live in my dorm, that we have three types of trash cans. So one is like for plastic and bottles and things like that, and there is one for food waste. But people just don't care. Like the closest one to the kitchen, so they just throw everything in it, plastic, food waste, and all. I think when you're introducing people into student accommodation, you should teach them. It should not be just written on the bin can. I read it because I wanted to read it. But some people just don't care because they don't do it in their own country. So I think when they have the first meeting in the kitchen, they should make them aware of how it's done and what should they do by saying it to them.
Okay, thank you for that. It's one of the things that they try to do, make sure we have a regular opportunity to engage with the tutors for their training, because not necessarily all tutors are aware of everything. So it's one of the things we've been trying to do. It's not absolutely perfect, but we try again this year to make it better. So thank you.